I have been making this cosplay for over 4 years. I have made and remade patterns, I have broken tools, I have had all kinds of problems, but finally, this is the second part of my Yae Miko cosplay and how this year I was finally able to finish her. Welcome to Cosplayland, I am Alice and I have been a cosplayer for over 15 years. Which means I've been making this cosplay for almost a third of my cosplay life. Last time I showed you how I cut all the vinyls, made all the accessories and started assembling some of the pieces for my Yae Miko, but there's still a lot to do. It is time to show you how I assembled the rest of the cosplay and I added the last final pieces. And of course, it is finally time to show you the long-awaited Yae Miko reveal. But you're gonna have to wait for that, so make sure you see the rest of the video before you skip into that. No, please watch it. It's been a lot of work. So here it is. Here is how I finished my Yae Miko cosplay. Welcome to Cosplayland, I am Alice and I have been a cosplayer for over 15 years and this is how I made my Yae Miko, or rather how I'm still making my Yae Miko because it's a work in progress. Over 6 months have passed since I last worked on my Yae Miko cosplay. I have left this cosplay unfinished many times in the past and it has been living in my studio like this for many years. But this time is different and I want to stop until it is finally done. It may not seem like it right now, but I know I have already done a lot and this cosplay only needs one more push. And I need to finish it soon because the Sakura Blossom is just around the corner. I have a deadline and I am determined to finish this cosplay. But if I want to finish it on time for my photo shoot, I need an action plan. First of all, let's break the project into smaller tasks. The postman arrived just in time. I want to make sure I have all the pieces and nothing is missing. Also, seeing the project in smaller bundles will help me visualize what is missing and what parts to do next. There is still a lot to do. But first, let's ease into it by finishing some of the smaller details just to remember what I am supposed to be doing really. Don't you love when things go smoothly? Never mind. It is time to start assembling pieces. But of course, this fabric has been living in a box for the last 4 years and it needs some care. One of the main issues I had last time to be able to carry on was that my sewing machine wasn't able to do one crucial step for this cosplay: buttonholes. So it is finally time to check if my new sewing machine works. Success! And you may be wondering, why was this so important? Well, I had to make over 50 buttonholes in total for this cosplay. I'm not a fan of them at best of times, but just imagine having to do this and your machine just not cooperating and doing the holes in different places each time. It was just a nightmare. I have been using the same sewing machine for the last 7 years, so upgrading to a better one seemed to be the right solution. And once you have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours in a cosplay like this, leaving the edges raw was simply not an option for me. And the reason for all these buttonholes is making loops for the ribbons. And there are lots and lots of meters of ribbon in this cosplay. With all the ribbons done, I can finally start assembling the pieces. The sleeves were completely sewn by hand. And also for the longest pieces of ribbon, I used hem tape to keep it in place. It gives a very clean result, and yes, it is more durable than you may think. But please, wash your cosplays by hand. The details on the side of the skirt are made with foam, and I attached a piece of bias tape to the inside, finishing it by hand. Originally I was going to make the loop also by hand, but then I remembered that I also have a new 3D printer because my old 3D printer broke. And the weight of the plastic will help keeping these parts straight. After I painted this piece, following the same process as all my other accessories in previous videos, I used the embellishment as a template to create the keyhole on the skirt. If you don't know how to do this, don't worry, I will be explaining this in more detail in one of my coming cosplay tutorials. Once I turned the pieces inside out using the burrito method, it was time to finish the edges by hand. This part is going very smoothly, so let's go ahead and finish some details and add some eyelets. Never mind. So the eyelets I got, I didn't have anything in order to put them correctly, so I had to buy a new kit. However, the kit that I ordered is massive and it's not going to work because when you order it, I chose 20 millimeters, which is from here to here, but this is 20 millimeter on the inside, so way too big. I have to return this and wait again for a new one. It is not like I'm running out of time, right? Let's try this again. days are passing quickly and there's still a lot to do. I have no time for mistakes. Damn it, I forgot the glue gun was still on.
Trees in my garden are starting to get flowers. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to finish this before the full bloom.
But we are getting closer, so let's do one more push for the obi. Make sure to clip those inner edges as well. And once it is pressed, it's time to attach it to the main parts. Of course, once again, I did it by hand. And I also took my time to finish every single detail to decorate the obi. Time for the big loop at the back. At this point, I am very happy most of the remaining pieces are squares, so they are quite easy to sew together. I have already added most of the details to my cosplay, but there are still a few more parts that I left incomplete last time, so it is time to do a little bit of detailing. Some of the details at the back are covered with gold vinyl. I also have a full tutorial on how to make this process, so make sure you check my previous tutorials and how I made the details for Ganyu. And with all this, my obi is finally assembled. Last but not least, let's make some shoes and add some last-minute details. And with one day to spare, the full cosplay is finished on time. You didn't see that coming, right? Oh wait, I forgot the weapon. have 24 hours. That will only take a little bit of time. It's gonna be alright. I will be doing a bonus tutorial showing you exactly how I paint this catalyst, but spoiler alert, it didn't all go so well. Photo shoot is tomorrow. I'm trying to paint this thing with the airbrush, and guess what? This is not working. Not working. Time for plan B. This is why we don't call crunch. That was harsh. And with the catalyst finished, and after 4 years of work and a lot of setbacks, it is finally time to show you my Yae Miko cosplay. This cosplay was a challenge. It took me hundreds of hours, lots of new techniques, and a lot of mental stress. To be honest, I wasn't even sure I could make it, and I am so glad that I managed to finish it. I need to especially thank all my patrons who have been waiting patiently for me to finish this cosplay, delay after delay after delay. And in particular, I need to thank my partner who helped me taking photos and video and has been cheering me up all through this long process. It was so bad the words Yae Miko were banned in my house at some point. And I'm so glad it is finally over. And I'm sure he's glad too. Next week, I will be taking a break from Yae to show you something else, but there are still a few more videos to come, like the catalyst or the behind the scenes. So make sure you don't miss them. Making cosplays from scratch can be hard sometimes, but they are also extremely satisfying when you get to finally wear them. And I hope I inspired you to try it yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and I will be seeing you in the next adventure. Bye! Welcome to... Welcome to Cosplayland. I am Alice in... This was a 5 minutes video. A 5 minutes video. How I made... Oh, come on. No. Can you just stop drilling for a minute? This cosplay continues to be cast.